Hello guys and welcome. In my last video, I took on 10 hours of Solak, and in today's video, I will be showing you how I AFK automatons using magic, which has helped me get all of my Slayer log items for this monster. So subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the video. Here are the quests you'll need to complete in order to access automatons. You're welcome. So here is my preset for AFKing automatons, and I will leave a link to this preset in the description below. I use the same preset for all three types of automatons, and it works very consistently and reliably. But just note, you don't need best in slot gear here. You can get away with using Ganodermic and a lower tier staff. Just bring the best magic tank gear you've got, the best staff you've got, and have a go. Things I highly recommend for this build are full Crit Bloom or Ganodermic to use alongside Animate Dead for extra damage reduction, the Greater Chain ability alongside the Corroming 4 perk to tag up to 6 additional enemies, also dealing those enemies additional damage. I use Elder Overload salves, Penance Aura, and the Holy Scarab for prayer sustain, and I bring the Ancient Elven Ritual Shard just in case I need a bit extra, which I rarely do. When killing the Automaton Guardians, which are the melee ones, I switch my Holy Scarab to a Hellhound for extra damage reduction and bring runes for Prism of Restoration. And the reason for that is you get hit by their special attack more often due to them being in melee distance, and I'll go into a bit more detail about this when I show you the method. I do also highly recommend having the Death Ward Relic on for extra damage reduction. I also bring the Enhanced Excalibur just in case I get unlucky with the special attacks and my health gets a little bit low. I have an aggression potion active at all times, and I use the spell Insight Fear as it reduces the cost of Tsunami, and it also hits enemies within a 5x5 tile radius. Also guys, if you're trying this method without everything in the preset and you're struggling, you can use a Hellhound for all three types of automatons for extra damage reduction, but there's a chance you'll struggle to sustain your prayer, in which case you can use Penance Powder to keep the method AFK. Moving on to notable drops. Each version of automatons has their own unique gloves drop. Alongside that, all three drop the Cresbot, which is the automaton pet, also needed for Slayer log progress. And luckily, I already have all of these drops on my Slayer log. To get there, you need to go to Guthick's Shrine, and you can use the 6 age circuit to teleport there, and right-click this NPC to teleport straight in. Alternatively, you can enter the Excavated Entrance, located west of the Legends Guild, or east of RD Farm, or use the Automaton Mask to teleport straight there twice a day. Here is the ability bar I use, and I let all of my abilities trigger automatically. I also make sure that Animate Dead and my Aggression Potion are active at all times. Here is where all three types of automatons are located inside the temple. For the ranged ones, I stand here on the west wall, which I personally find better than being right in the corner, and I don't get hit by their special attacks too often. For the magic ones, it's the exact same, just on the east wall instead. For the melee ones, I stand here, which is very consistent kills. Just note that you do get hit by the special attack more often against the melee ones, which is why we use a Hellhound for these ones. For extra damage reduction, just don't forget to heal your Hellhound with Prism of Restoration periodically. And since you're taking more damage against these, prayer sustain is much easier with just Penance Aura and Overload salves. I have the Ritual Shard just in case, which I rarely had to use. And you can use Penance Powder if you want, but they're very expensive, so I only recommend those if they're completely necessary. So those are the spots I like to stand anyway. Feel free to experiment and find a spot you prefer, but this is how I've managed to get myself all of the Slayer log items here, and I hope this helps you do that too. So yeah, that was AFK automatons. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know if there's an AFK guide you'd like me to cover next. And feel free to check out my socials. I stream live multiple times a week, I post any announcements on my Discord, and I'm always posting RuneScape stuff on Twitter. So having said that, I will see you in the next video.